hurts them at the end. A lot of females don't understand that the reason why you can't even get far with a man or even get a man is because there's certain stuff that you have to just admit to. There's certain stuff that you have to just tell the man straight to his face. A lot of times girls hold back on certain stuff because they're so scared of judgment. They're so scared of what's going to be the end result. If I tell you this, if I tell this man I don't want this or he should leave me alone, is he going to go ahead and go tell his friends? Is he going to go ahead and leave me? Is he going to feel like I'm not able to control my emotions? It's going to come down to certain stuff like that. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad mind fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about all women want this but never tell men. So it's pretty much secrets that they keep between their female friends or, you know, maybe even just to themselves. So if I get hot, I have to just throw this out there because I just turned off the heat and, you know, I'm supposed to turn it off a few, like, not a few, but like 30 minutes before. So I'm not hot with these lights and everything. But yeah, if I get hot, if I'm wiping my face, y'all already know what's up, okay? And yes, everything else, my Patreon, my social media, other YouTube channels, right there. Check it out. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So today I have 3 things. So we're gonna start from 3, go down to 1. But everything is very, very important. The way I just structured it is where it's like the most important is in the bottom because it's like more common. You'll hear this, that women want this. Not you guys, but other girls will hear this, that women want this. Make sure you listen to everything because each one can be different. You know, if you haven't experienced number 1, maybe experience number 2. So it'll be important to you more than number 1. You get what I mean? All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 3 on my list is phone calls at the end of the night. Now, I just want to start off with the whole thing that I've said a long time ago and I haven't talked about in a while, with the whole idea of you're supposed to be busy as a man and you're supposed to call her literally at the end of the night to check in. Yes, you might have the whole, oh, how's your day gonna go? Do you have plans for this day? Like, you know, things like that. Or you guys have plans in the beginning and then you guys will not speak throughout the day. And then boom, at the end of the night, that's when you should text her, right? When we were talking about how you should be texting women, how you shouldn't be this much available and always have time to be talking to that woman, right? So now when I'm talking about women want this phone call at the end of the night, they want it because it's the end of the night and it's the security that comes in that, okay, you know, you still are messing with me. Oh, I know that even though you're busy, whether you're in the gym, whether you're hooping, whether you're making new business plans, whatever that you're doing, I know at the end of the day, you're going to come back and you're going to call me when you're all settled and you're ready to tell me how your day went, right? And obviously this woman has to be feeling you. It's not going to be just like her coming in and, oh, I want a phone call from this guy. Like, especially if you guys just met and it seemed like it was kind of a struggle for you to get her number, or maybe it just seemed like it wasn't like a huge spark. Don't expect her to want this phone call from you at the end of the night. But I'm saying when you guys are in a process of talking and trying to get somewhere and you can kind of see that there is possibly something there, that's when she's going to expect those phone calls. But what I would say for you guys to be more secured is wait until she's actually falling for you more, because those phone calls, she's really only going to answer it or she's going to start expecting it is when like there's something really going on between you two. So what I would say to you fellas, if you guys are thinking, oh, should I give her a phone call? Wait until she gives you literally a huge sign. And, you know, it's not like it has to be something that's right in your face, but maybe the first time or the second time, or maybe if you want to be more secure, the third time she says, what are you doing tonight? Call me. Or are you busy? Or how was your day? So with the whole phone call at the end of the night, please fellas, do not just think that instantly the woman that you're talking about or talking to is gonna want that phone call. This is really when she has feelings for you, or at least when you have a relationship actually established and you know that she actually is into you, or there's at least something there, right? So don't think that, oh, that girl, she's waiting for that phone call, and go ahead and try to do it and then it doesn't work for you, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing on my list. Number 2 for you guys is emotional support. So to get an emotional break, at least here and then, like it has to be sometimes, now and then, right? It can't be just, you know, never, because first of all, naturally women by nature are literally what? They are emotionally just unstable, you could say. I know this because I'm a woman, of course, and I've already witnessed it, of course, but definitely the way females' emotions just literally are like this all the time, and then there's, you know, at least the good days and good times. It's insane. And obviously as females, we have to continue to keep working on our emotional stability. So, you know, me personally, a lot of times before I react with my emotions, I have to just think about, how do I really feel about this certain situation? And so, you know what does that mean? Am I actually angry? Do I really want to be upset? And other things that I personally like to think about is that, okay, if I get upset over this, am I going to regret being upset? Or is it even worth being upset over? And if the answer is no, it's just like, you have to be able to be emotionally strong so you can be able to have emotional stability. So in that case, easily as a woman that is feeling ways and is emotional, I have to say this is something that's not even worth it. So try to control your emotions. And so that's helped me so much. And that's something that I feel like a lot of women are still working towards. I'm still working towards to get better, of course, but it is very hard. Just having things that make your emotions go up and down. And I always go back to periods because it is one of the biggest factors that a lot of females will, you know, have their emotions flying through the roof, you know, calm 1 minute, craving this, all these things, right? So because of that right there, I literally would say that being emotionally unstable is by nature for sure. Every woman deals with it differently, but you fellas out here, a lot of women just want to tell you, can I get a break? Or I need some time to myself. A lot of girls just want to be left alone, and then they still want to be feeling that affection from you. So sometimes it just might be you in the same room. And this is more for the people that are seriously talking to somebody or in a serious relationship and they're not understanding why their girlfriend or whatever she is to you is acting the way she's acting. Some girls don't know how to tell a man, like, I need this time to myself, or when I get upset like that, you should just leave me alone because there's no other way I know how to cope with it by just, you know, speaking to you. I have to be actually left alone in a room to just reflect. And that's the thing that also sucks. The communication for everybody, just in general, not just females, is so hard to learn and understand. Like, this is what you actually have to say. A lot of times girls hold back on certain stuff because they're so scared of judgment. They're so scared of what's going to be the end result. If I tell you this, if I tell this man, oh, I don't want this, or he should leave me alone, is he going to go ahead and go tell his friends? Is he going to go ahead and leave me? Is he going to feel like I'm not able to control my emotions? It's going to come down to certain stuff like that. And that's some of the reasons why a lot of females will never tell men these things, and it hurts them at the end. A lot of females don't understand that the reason why you can't even get far with a man or even get a man is because there's certain stuff that you have to just admit to. There's certain stuff that you have to just tell a man straight to his face, instead of all this beating around the bush, playing these games that's not going to get you far, or it's going to get you somewhere but bring you right back. It just doesn't make sense to even do. They still choose to do that. So I will just wrap up with the whole emotional stability. Personally, what works for me best is just having time to myself. Every now and then, I'll say maybe every 2 months, there's times where I just need to just think about this, or all the stuff that has built up. And some people don't even realize it, and this is just generally speaking right now, is that you need time to actually reflect. You need time to breathe, right? So for me personally, I will take that time, whether it's in the shower or it's going to be when I'm laying up at night, just to kind of meditate. Although I meditate on a regular, just to meditate, to understand, like, what is it that's hurting me? What is it that at this point I need to let go so I can move on peacefully? Basically, like I said, to wrap it all up, just understand that women by nature are emotional beings, and they really do need that support. And a lot of women don't know how to say it to you, and a lot of women just don't want to say it to you. So what they just expect is leave them alone when they're going through it. She seems like she does want that affection. She's that type of female that actually needs that affection. Then be around her, but don't say nothing. And literally, last thing is that keep in mind the woman that you're dealing with. What does she like? What is it that's gonna work best that you're gonna do? So it might just be you, I don't know, buying her specific food. Like, I know some guys are going to be in the comments like, that's validating, but I'm talking about a real relationship. I'm talking about when you guys are really somewhere, right? So what is it that's going to make her feel comfortable? How females on their periods, they want certain things. They crave certain things, whether it's ice cream or treats, whatever it is. So once you start understanding the female that you are dealing with, and you can be able to be patient, then it will really help for you guys to grow and understand each other and basically be there for emotional support for each other, even for you fellas. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the last thing on my list. And you guys, the heat is killing me, but I want to bang out this video, so I'm here dabbing my face away, but whatever, I don't care if you guys have your little comments. So let's go ahead and move on to the last thing. I would say I want to guess the last thing, but you guys probably won't have an idea. But this last thing is really common, but the thing is, you guys probably don't know, but you might have heard it before but never really acknowledge it. I don't know, but this last thing on my list is get the D down. And so I put in brackets, women want the same sexual, what did I put? Sexual desires as men, right? So at the end of the day, women have to move a certain way. They have to be careful with the certain things that they do, because sometimes it could be coming off as being a hoe, right? So I just want to say about that right there, there is certain stuff as men they could get away with, and then there's certain stuff that women will do that men do, but then they end up abusing it, right? So I'm talking more of actually being a hoe, like out here not wanting to heal, but instead wanting to hoe around and deal with different men. That's when you're kind of abusing everything. Like that's when you will be called a hoe and things like that, right? And then there's girls that are dealing with the men, they get serious, and then the man cheats, something like that, right? They choose the wrong guy, or they're dealing with a man and they don't know what this man wants, and they're kind of hinting it out to the man, and the man is not really seeing it, or he's not ready for that type of commitment. So she's gonna go ahead and mess with the ex or mess with some other guy. Guys, in general, there is certain stuff that men can really do, and you guys, let's be real, because there's stuff that I say about women that they do and it's true, right? So men can sleep with a whole bunch of girls, and you know, no woman's gonna be like, you're a hoe. Nobody really says that. There is times girls will say it, but it doesn't even really matter. It's pretty irrelevant, right? So for females nowadays, it's like the whole sexual desire, they have to think about how they're going to move about it, because there's different outcomes that's going to come out of it, but mainly one that's always going to be is that you're a hoe, right? So the whole sexual desire thing is going to be like, I have to be careful if I want a D appointment. And I told you guys maybe in like one video how girls will tell their girls, oh, I'm going to go on a D appointment. I'm getting ready for a D appointment, or I want D tonight. So that right there, them wanting that is back to you men that want to mess with different women. You guys have your sexual desires. At some point, even if she's hating men, if she doesn't want men, she's still going to want to have that sexual encounter with the man. So it's about the sexual desire. A lot of women won't deliberately say it to a man because it's like you're gonna be judged for it, right? A man's gonna feel like, oh, instantly you're a hoe. Whether she was, at the end of the day, there's backstories to it. Who's taking the time to listen to your backstory? Who's going to take the time, if it's a different situation where you have excuses, to actually listen and say, oh, okay, you're right. You're not a hoe for this. Oh, you're actually a good girl, and I understand that you just want to sleep around, right? Like, nobody's going to do that. For females nowadays, it's like, if they're going to want a D appointment, or they're going to want to see a man, mainly to fill their sexual desires, they got to normally go back to their ex. And then obviously the real hoes, they don't care. They'll just find another guy, lose a body, next guy, who cares, different city, this guy, next city, 3 guys, back to my main city, back to that guy. That's how it's going to go with a lot of females, and they do it in a way where they don't care, but they don't want to be judged, so they won't say it to a man's face. All they really want is to really get laid down. As I mentioned, if you guys notice this whole time, is that there's so many different reasons why a woman has a sexual desire to get this, to get that. There's so many different reasons why, but it all remains that all human beings have desires. You're gonna want it, whatever feelings that you get out of it, right? So at the end of the day, a lot of girls will not say it, as I said, because they don't want to be judged. A lot of girls will not say it because they feel like they're entitled to keep it to themselves, which honestly, I agree to that to a certain extent, because it's like, it's your business at the end of the day. You're gonna be judged most times no matter what. So realistically, if you want to keep it to yourself, keep it to yourself. Those are the reasons right there why a lot of females will not tell you, I want this, I want you to D me down. And also, a lot of girls can't be aggressive, deliberately just like, I want it, I just want this. And there's girls that will do it, because I've seen it before, right? Oh, I just want some D from you, or something like that. At the end of the day, they won't just put it out there. All men won't know, because it's just gonna be like, I'll keep it to myself, but I'll get what I want out of it. It's not that hard for a girl to get D. but they won't tell you, but they want it. All right, you guys. So I really hope this video helped you guys out. And if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon and everything else that's linked and in my bio. And you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.